Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. I am Bram. I talk about all the things fashion, lifestyle, shopping, travel, luxury, all those things. So if you're interested in that type of stuff, I would love it if you would hit subscribe, become a member of my growing YouTube family. I have a really huge goal for this year, so I would love it if you would help me reach that goal. And of course, give it a thumbs up if you guys enjoy the content. Okay, anyway, so the first few, I would say the first 30 seconds of every video, I try to film a thumbnail. And I realized while I'm doing it, I'm like, I really have no other, all my thumbnails are the same. It's literally me pointing. I need to figure out something else to do on a thumbnail. I see other people's thumbnails and I'm like, they make different faces, whatever. And I was like trying to make like mad faces and stuff, or I don't know, just like any type of different face. And then I realized that my Botox doesn't allow me to make a mad face actually. So I don't know, I'm going to have to work on that. But like, I feel like I just have like a go-to where it's like, and so anyway, that's what it is. But today wasn't a mad face type of video anyway. It's actually the things that I picked up it's like my January roundup, I guess. So if you have been here, you have seen some of these things before, but now that I have actually used some of them, and so January is my birthday month, which means that it is usually a pretty big shopping month for me. Now that we come into, you know what, I was going to say, now that we come into February, maybe it slows down, but the truth is that I have a really long list this year, so maybe it won't. I really don't know what's going to happen, but January is usually like a pretty large one because it's my birthday month. So yeah, so I spoil myself for sure. So I do have a bunch of things in front of me that I wanted to show you. Oh, I forgot one. I'm gonna have to go grab that real quick. Hang on. Okay. So so I remembered a few more. So I wanted to do the luxury stuff, but also some other fashion type stuff that I think that you might enjoy seeing. Whatever I can link below, I will. A lot of it is just like some fun fashion stuff that I'm excited to share with you guys. So first of all, today is February 1st. So we're officially out of January, which is why I figured that I would do like this kind of like recap video. But it's also a record low temperature for a February 1st in Miami, or in South Florida in general. And it is very, very cold outside. And I realized, obviously I know that the rest of the country is going through like massive, it's freezing everywhere else. I'm aware. I know that obviously, I know all the news from New York typically, and I know that they're at like 3 degrees or something, and it's been like 2 weeks of this crazy temperature at this point. So I understand that we are very lucky in Miami that it was just 40, but 40 in Miami feels very, very cold. And I think a part of it is that I don't have like coats and boots and things like that I'm ready to wear. Like I really have to dig them out of storage. And yeah, so I'm not really prepared. So it's freezing out. It's not technically freezing, right? But it is very, very cold. And everybody's walking around with like whatever they can find basically to keep them warm, because we just don't have those things like ready. And so like normally on a Sunday or whatever, or anytime I'm not really working or doing something, and sometimes even when I'm doing stuff, I wear my Crocs, which are like my favorite shoes of all time, of course. And so today, like, it was cold because I wore them with socks, but like that's really all I could do, because I don't really have I don't have Uggs anymore. I don't have like anything that would keep me warm and comfortable at the same time. Like I have some like nice clothes that I can wear to like New York, but also a lot of my winter clothes are just packed away because I don't have space in my closet for everything. So anyway, so it was freezing. However, I did have the correct bag for today, and I just wanted to show you guys really quick, because this is usually in my like when I do like my least used bags of the year. I feel like this usually comes up as one of them, just because I don't have an opportunity a lot of the times. Sometimes when I go home for like November, December, or whatever, I will bring it. I actually did not bring it this past year, but the year before I did. But whenever it drops to like under, I don't know, I would say under like 60 degrees here, I try to bring her out, even if it's like 65. So if it's like at least mid 60s and below, I try to bring this out, because I just feel like I don't have enough opportunity. But today was the absolute perfect opportunity to wear this. So my outfit was this, with this sweatshirt. This is like an L&M sweatshirt, and then just some sweatpants as usual, and my socks and Crocs. So anyway, this was absolutely like, I'm not ready with my clothes, but I am ready with my bags. So yeah, so that was fun. That was a little bit of fun today. So I just wanted to show you guys that I am attempting to use all the things this year. Okay, so let's start. Where are we going to start? I have some unboxings for you guys as well at the end, so stick around. But I'll start with the jewelry. Okay, so I got a few different jewelry pieces this month that I am really loving. First, I'm going to show you the newest jewelry piece that I grabbed. I've done a few videos, maybe like if you saw my last two videos, actually, I was talking about like chunky rings and non-designer, like adding non-designer jewelry items, more like fast fashion, not fast fashion, but like high street or like fashion jewelry, I guess is the answer, whether it is designer or not. But I did want to stay away from the Cartier and the Van Cleef and the, you know, like that type of jewelry this year, just because I think that I'm good on it, even though there's some pieces that I want. I've said this before. But like, I feel like this year is like, I wanted to add more like fun and color and things like that, and just kind of like pause on building the stacks of whatever. Like I just wanted to add some fun, like infuse it with a little bit of fun this year. That's the focus. So first and foremost, I got a new pair of earrings. So let me show you. I know these are not going to be for everybody, but I actually really, really love them. So they sort of remind me of, I've linked them below. They sort of remind me of the Dior tribals. I don't know. Do you say tribals? Do you say tribals? I always said tribals. Anyway, these are these really great earrings from Studio Cult. I've only ever bought one thing before from them, which was like a, they sell the earrings as singles. So before this, I bought a pair or bought a single key earring that I've showed you guys before. So this time around, I've been staring at the screw for like a very long time. And do you see how it looks? It's like 3D on the front, right? And the screw part obviously fits through the back, so it looks like it's going through your ear, but obviously it is going through your ear, but not like that, right? And so I got the gold first, and I was going to wear it with, I actually thought it was smaller than this. I didn't look at the dimension, and I was like, I was going to put it as one of the, like my holes, like an everyday type of earring. Well, obviously, I think it's too big for that for sure, and it would kind of get in the way of a lot of my other earrings and stuff. So that quickly changed, and so I only had the one for this side. I tried it with a key, but I didn't really love it. I love mixing and matching things, but I find it hard, and I like it on other people, but not so much on me to do like a one hanging and one stud type of thing. I don't really love that, but like mixed metals is cool, things like that. So anyway, I got this one, and then I decided, because I didn't love it with the key, to get a second screw, but instead of getting another gold one, I ended up getting a silver one. So that way it's kind of, it's a little bit of a different, you know, on well, it's a little bit of a, you know, a surprise on both sides, so it doesn't match, but they go because they're both the same earring. So anyway, I thought that was cool. Obviously, you really can't see the back so well when you're looking straight on. You do see that this kind of comes out though. It's like I said, it's 3D, so it does. You see that it goes up from, you know, it's not flush to the ear. But when I have my hair up, which I normally do, as you guys might know, from this side or whatever, you can see the back of the screw kind of, you know, coming out. So anyway, I thought that those were super cool. I will link them below. And yeah, I love them. I think they're so much fun. So these are one of the new jewelry pieces that I got. Next, I got these two rings from En Route. I talked about it, I guess, last video maybe. I got this one, which is like a hammered gold. Let's see, we'll put it on. Like a hammered gold, or like, I don't know. It's just really cool looking. They're all, again, like fashion jewelry, very, very inexpensive actually. And so I got those two rings from En Route, just to kind of, I wanted to add some chunky rings to, some chunky rings that kind of go together. I have a ton of chunky rings, but I feel like most of the like chunky rings that I have are more like a cocktail ring. So it's not like you would wear one on every finger. So I wanted to get a bunch of chunky ones that would go, so I could just wear like my whole, like all my fingers with some like chunky rings on it, and but not like a cocktail ring, you know what I mean? So anyway, so I got those two. I'm eyeing a few more on that site. They have really good prices. I think each ring was like, maybe this one might have been 30, this one might have been 20 something. They have great prices, and honestly, I have a ton of jewelry from them anyway, and I feel like their jewelry is just really good quality for the price. It's pretty incredible. I'm sure you can't wear it in the water or anything like that, but I wouldn't, because again, it's like fashion jewelry. It's part of like the outfit. It's not like an everyday piece. So anyway, it's great. I love them, and I'm going to be looking for more. So yeah. Next one is, I actually will do a few things together. I found a little boutique somewhere random, actually. I was looking for a pair of pants that are from a company that is based in Australia. And I looked like months ago, and I couldn't find any place locally that had them, so I didn't purchase the pants because I was nervous that they weren't going to fit correctly, and then to send them back to Australia was going to be like this huge to-do, so I didn't do that. So instead, I didn't get them. So fast forward to a few weeks ago, even like a week ago maybe, I something on Instagram, I guess, jogged my memory. Maybe I think I don't know. It must have been an ad for something, right? And so it jogged my memory, and I was like, oh, let's see if those pants are still around because they actually sold out. I was watching them for a while. I didn't want to buy them from Australia. They ended up selling out anyway, and I kind of just was like, shit, I should have gotten them. Maybe I should have gotten them, whatever. And I moved on with my life, right? But this ad reminded me of them, and so I did another search for them, and I found actually, which was crazy, was a local boutique that is literally like in an area where I work probably once a week anyway. So I ran in there when I was working in that area, and the sweetest lady owns this tiny little boutique. They do a lot of online business. Actually, that's their main thing, but they do have a boutique in I think it's Pinecrest, if I'm not mistaken. Pinecrest. Yeah, so it's like South Miami. And anyway, she has a lot of cute stuff. And one piece that I picked up while I was there was this really, really cute necklace. I love it. I've showed you guys before if you follow, right? If you're subscribed, you might have seen this one. So it's just like a puffy heart. It looks sort of like a locket, but it does not open. And then it has this obviously this red cord, which reminds me of the old school friendship bracelets, right? And you can wear this as like a choker sort of and have this kind of hanging in the back if you have something open backed and you want to do it like that, or you can wear it like this. So I just thought it was really cool and versatile, and I grabbed that. It does come in a green and blue as well. So again, I will link it below. Next, that day, I also grabbed these pants. Which I showed you guys. I'll actually put a picture up because that way you can see them on. But they are this like rodeo print, which I absolutely love. It's just, yeah, it's almost like a watercolor kind of. And yeah, I just thought it was so cute. I don't know if this is necessarily rodeo, but it is. I guess it's not really rodeo, but it is horses. It's just horses hanging out. That's all. They're really cute. And I thought that was really fun and different. I don't have anything with horses on it. So I was like, that's really cute. I could do something with that. So we got that. And then I went back in the other day because she told me that she was going to be getting a whole bunch of like new stuff in, and she gets stuff in like every week basically. And I went back in and found this. Now, I wear the same tank top every single day of my life. Not the same one, but I have I must have like 30 of these tank tops, okay, in different colors or whatever. So I don't typically wear a t-shirt. I'll wear the tank top and I'll wear a little jacket over it, or I'll wear the tank top alone, or I'll wear something like this, which is a sweatshirt, depending on how it looks. But like I have a larger chest, and so I don't really love t-shirts on me or high neck, really anything. But I walked in and I found, she actually showed me this. She was like, because I was looking around and she was like, if I liked this brand. It's called Happy Little Mother. I've never heard of it before, but just based on this, the quality is actually amazing. It's a really like boxy, I don't know if you can see that. I'll put a picture up. It's like a really like boxy t-shirt. On the front, it has this. It says, sorry, mom. It came in 3 different colors, but I really liked the leopard version. And then on the back, it just has this giant patch that says, sorry, mom, happy little mother, no mothers left behind. And I just thought it was like super cute. So I don't know yet how I'm going to style it or what I'm going to do with it, but I do love it. It actually looks, I think, really good, which is, again, unusual for me and what I tend to gravitate towards. But I just thought it was super cute. So anyway, very, very soft, thick cotton, and really not a bad price. And so again, I will link that below. Okay, last piece of jewelry that I got, and this was for my birthday, was my Chanel dog tags, which I have honestly been wearing, I don't know. I have worn them more. So this is the second time that I own these dog tags. The first time I bought them in 2020, and I really didn't wear them at all. They annoyed me because they kind of slipped down into my cleavage, and so people couldn't really see what they said or whatever. Anyway, I ended up selling them and pretty much instantly regretted it, and it was something that was on my list for this year to buy again. So for my birthday, I grabbed them off a fashion file. They were in perfect condition. It said shows wear, like, but more towards the excellent, slider. I think they look there. Besides not having a tag, I think that they were brand new. They came with a box, the whole thing. You know how Fashion File does. I got a great price. I got them actually during one of their coupon sales as well. I try to wait for that. I feel like they don't do a ton, but I try to wait for that just to jump on things or whatever. But yeah, so I ended up grabbing these. And I have worn them more in the past, I guess, 2 weeks of having them, almost 3 weeks of having them, than I did the whole time that I had them back in 2020. So anyway, I love them. 2020 or 2021, I don't remember. One of the two. Next, I got, actually, I'm going to put up a picture here because I didn't get it out. It's actually in the wash. My daughter for my birthday got me this sweater from Aerie. I will link it below. They still have them. super comfortable. I actually wore it in one of my, like a previous video, maybe last week sometime. And I got a ton of compliments on it, and people actually came to my Instagram to ask me where I got it. So it is really, really cute. They have it in a few different colors. She got me this color, which is the pink. And then I went back in yesterday and got myself a pair of, I'm going to put the picture up here too, but these are just a pair of kind of, I don't even know what to call these. I was going to say, yeah, they're not, I don't know, but they're like a drawstring pant. They are actually extremely stretchy, and they have like a pleat on the front. I'm going to put the picture, but I got them, I have them actually in a green, in like a, in a beautiful, like a army green, which is actually like my favorite neutral to wear. Army green and like tans are my favorite. And so I have it in that. And then I also went back and picked up the pink because they are a great price. I will link them below as well. And they fit really nicely. They're perfect for work. They're good for out here because they're not too heavy. And they're probably be perfect for you guys wherever you are. If you're in a colder environment, definitely for fall. I think these would be, I mean, for fall, for spring, these would be absolutely perfect. And yeah, they're super cute. So that is another one. Next, I got another few birthday presents here. I got this bag, which I love so much. This I had been watching for a while, and I finally found it on Japanese eBay for well under $1,000. Like, so I really waited this one out. There is some marks. I actually might take it in. There's a place near me that is actually working on a pair of shoes that I bought. You guys might know I bought a pair of Doc Martens, a Doc Marten collab with Basquiat, and I couldn't figure out my size in Doc Martens because it's really actually very confusing, and I bought them too small. So they went in to get stretched basically last week. They called me, they were ready. They're still not stretched enough. I took them back. They're stretching them again. But this place really does a lot of work with designer items. So I'm thinking about bringing this there and seeing if they can rejuvenate the leather a little bit at some point, possibly. But other than that, it's in pretty great condition. And it is just, it's the transparent locket East-West from 2012. Obviously, one of the last years that Marc Jacobs was there. I absolutely love this. I saw it on Monroe Steele's channel maybe a year or two ago, and I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I've been just watching it ever since, and finally I pulled the trigger and got it. It also comes in black if you guys are interested. I know a lot of you showed interest in this when I showed it and did the unboxing, but I absolutely love it. It's super lightweight, and I have been kind of thinking about what I'm going to, you know, I've worn it a bunch of times already, but it's fun to curate what I'm putting in my bag so that obviously, because you can see through that, so it's like extra fun. Okay, next, this was another birthday present. I found this in a consignment store that I frequent near me. It is the, what year was this? I think it's 23 or 22. I don't know. I have the information in the other room. But anyway, it is the little electric guitar Coco Chanel bag. Super cute. I have not worn this yet. It's sort of like a piece in my closet at the moment. I plan to at some point, and I will show you guys how it looks once I get it, once I style it and all of that stuff. But I love it so, so much. It's so stunning. I'm just like, I can't believe that I have it. You know, it's so beautiful. So this was another one. This was a very unexpected purchase. And it usually is when I go into the store because they, like, I just never know what I'm going to find. They just randomly have really great things. So I tend to go in like a few times a month just to kind of see if there's anything. And they know now, I'm like, if anything comes in that is like Y2K, like vintage, Dior, Fendi, Louis Vuitton, like whatever. I told them what I like. And I'm like, just reach out to me first so that I can actually, you know, say yay or nay, because I'm ready to purchase whatever you have to offer if it is something that I'm looking for, because they have pretty good prices and they are negotiable and all that stuff. So, all right, last thing before we do the unboxing. I got this bag. So this, I wanted to also update you guys on it. So this bag I bought off of Whatnot. It was actually my first purchase on Whatnot. It is a Chanel Sportline little crossbody bag. Again, another birthday present. I got it for super duper cheap. I was actually looking at another version of this. I don't know how many years they did the Sportline, but there's two little crossbodies that come up if you're looking. Typically, I haven't seen any others. This one and this one that I'll put up here. I ended up with this one because it was like less than half the price. So I got this for actually under $200, and I think I did pretty well with that. It is stunning. It came with the authenticity. They did a entropy, I guess, whatever. It's the scan for the entropy. It comes with this crossbody strap. You can adjust it to make it crossbody, or you can make it like a shoulder carry, whatever you want to do. But I just love that it is like the red, white, and blue. It's super sporty, very like, it's very summery. It's very like, I don't know, like sailing colors, nautical type of look, you know? So yeah, anyway, so I mentioned when I got it, I was showing you guys, and I was like, there's some yellowing. It did look like it needed some help. So I ended up throwing it in the washing machine, washing it on by itself. Actually, no, I take that back. I had like a few other white items in there, okay, but not anything great. It was like towels and stuff, because I keep like gross towels or like stained towels for when I do my hair, right? So I threw that in with it so that there was other stuff kind of floating around in there with it, and it wouldn't be like banging all over the place. But I I threw it in. I did a cold wash. I washed it on gentle, and I think it looks better. So some of like the little yellow stains came out. There's still a bit of yellowing up here just because it is really old. I believe this is a 2002. And so yeah, so it is, you know, it looks like a 2002, but it smells good now. I know that it is clean. And so I'm not like, because it's this cotton material, like I'm not like grossed out by it like I was when it got here. But it still has some staining. I don't know if you guys can see that. It is still faded in certain places, but it's an old girl. So anyway, I think I gave her back some life. It came out perfectly, no problems. I actually air dried it outside, so that I didn't put it in the dryer, just because it has like the plastic. I didn't want it to have any problems, especially like with the rubber, these zipper pulls and all that stuff. So anyway, so yeah, so it worked out well, and I'm happy. I love it, and I will get hopefully another 20 years of use out of it. Okay, now for some little unboxings that I have for you guys to show you. I went into the Coach outlet yesterday. I have been waiting all week for these like Coach drops. I didn't know what was coming. Yeah, again, if you're new here, I just kind of jumped on this Coach bandwagon. I think as many people have recently, it's like very new to me. So I don't have like an essay there. I don't know, like I just don't have connections there to know what's coming out or whatever. So I do like TikToks and whatever. So I knew there was a drop coming at the outlet as well as in the store. The store one turned out to be some cute stuff, but mainly I think the things that would normally appeal to me were the denim items. And I just got that denim bag. I just got a denim tabby with the crystals on it, or the rhinestones or whatever. So I didn't need another denim tabby. So that didn't really work for me. I think it's called the Dakota. I'll put it here in the loved leather. But I went in store yesterday to see it, and it's a little small. So I love the look. It reminds me of the Acne bag. Is it the Acme? I don't know. Is it Acme? I don't know. I'll put it up here. But there was a bag, I think, from Acne Studios that I actually really, really liked a lot, but it's expensive for what I think it is. Just like I'd rather spend the money on other things. So like, even though I love it, but this gave that kind of, it looked like that. It was very similar. And they had it in the love leather. I missed it online, I guess, because I didn't know that that was coming until I saw, I think it was LB on TikTok showing hers. I really, really like it, but I went into the store to look at the bag, and it is kind of small. So it's not what I thought it was going to be. So I think I'm going to skip that as well and just wait for other things down the line. But I ended up running into, or seeing some TikToks actually about the newspaper print Coach bags at the outlet. So I went into the outlet to check it out. They have a few different like designs. I will put up a picture of the other one that I was thinking of. So it was like, do I get a bag? Am I going to wear it? Now, here's my thought. I really want the Dior newspaper print. I've mentioned this before. It is like a unicorn on my wish list. I want it in the saddle. I don't want the new versions that they came out with in the DJoy or the wallet on chain or whatever else they have going on. I think it might even be in a book tote. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, I don't want that. I want the saddle. And I don't care if it is the vintage version or the new version, even though my heart would rather have the vintage, of course. But I do like the new version because it does say New York and Paris on the front. And those are both places that I have lived in my life. New York, much more than Paris. But I have lived in both places. And so I was interested in getting that as well. So either one, honestly, is fine with me. But I didn't want to get another newspaper print because I feel like, number one, it's not going to take the place of wanting the newspaper Dior. Like, it's not going to be a replacement at all, and that's fine. But also, I'm going to look at that and be like, it's just not the version of newspaper that I want. Like, I'm holding out for the Dior. And I just think that I'm going to get it, and maybe I won't wear it. I don't know. I don't know. When I went in and tried it on though, I really actually did like it. I like it in the East West. I don't remember what it's called, but I'm going to put it right here. I like the East West version. Super cute, very lightweight, and actually for $1.99, extremely good quality. However, I just wanted a piece from this collection. I didn't necessarily need a bag or whatever. I just wanted something. So what they had, the smallest thing that they had there was the Coach wristlet in the newspaper print. So what I really love about this is that each piece, each item is cut from a different portion of this leather. So they're all different. So you kind of have to go through them and decide what you want to get. I'm not sure why I decided on the I'm not sure why I decided on the this version, because it has the baseball here. So I don't really know why I did that, and I'm not sure that I'm loving it. I brought Carol with me, of course. She has a thing against Frenchies, and it's only because there are two Frenchies, or I don't know if they're not just Frenchies. They're like maybe a mix of like a miniature, or like maybe like a Boston Terrier or something. I don't know. I'm not a dog. Like she's my first dog, so I don't really know the dogs like that. But anyway, she doesn't like them. They actually don't like her. She wants to like them, but they hate her. And so every time she sees them, it's screaming and barking and whatever. And she does not forget that they are not nice to her. So we're in the Coach outlet. She sees a little Boston Terrier. I think it's a Boston Terrier. And it just was, the minute that the dog came up, smelled her, and kind of got a little bit nervous, she lost it. And so I had this in my hand. She was barking like crazy. And I was like, all right, we have to just get out of here. It was like literally 10 minutes of her kind of trying to drag me around the store looking for the dog. And I kept on trying to like hide behind the walls and whatever. And all the salespeople thought that she was hysterical, but I was like, this is like enough. I can't even shop in peace. Right. So I ended up with this one. I don't know if it's my favorite or not. I honestly don't know if I'm going to keep it, but the reason that I wanted a little, like the wristlet. First of all, I used to use Coach wristlets all the time. So I have mentioned before that I've never really had many Coach bags in the past. It wasn't really my thing. However, I did have wristlets. Many times my mother bought me the wristlets while I was, I don't know, I guess in my early 20s or whatever. I had a bunch of different colors. And this was back when we used to have big bags, and I had, now I use my phone for everything, but I had the big ass car key. I had a bunch of house keys. I had just like so many things to carry around. And so this was actually perfect and very, very functional. And, because it has all the space, you could put your cash back when we brought cash, back when we brought credit cards out with us, because I use my phone for everything now. But anyway, it will fit my phone. My phone is filming this, but like it does, let me see. Yep, it does fit the phone. So yeah, it's just, and I thought it would actually, like, this brings me to this. I thought it would look really cute in here because obviously you can see through it, and it's like another little fun kind of SLG that I am, that I have in there. So I don't know if I'm going to keep this one or if I'm going to go back and see about maybe a different cut, just because again, I'm like, why did I get the baseball of all things? Because I like the back better with just this. I don't know. Anyway, I will let you know, guys. I'm not 100% sure. I may or may not. This is $45 though, so I think a really good price. The bag that I liked was $1.99, which I think is also a great price. Again, I just wasn't sure if I was going to use that, so I was like, I don't know. All right. Anyway, next, I'll keep you updated on that, but I do think it is a good bang for your buck if you want a piece of the newspaper Coach line. I think it's a good one. Okay, next, I got a pair of shoes, which I know is not supposed to be on my list, but these were super cute, and I missed them the first time around, and so this time they came out a little bit more special, and I couldn't pass them up. However, I do not know how I'm going to style them at all. Like, I'm completely at a loss on this one. Okay, so let me show you what it is. Obviously, Geiger. I love all the rainbows. I love, I like out there things. So originally last year, and I talked to you guys about this, I was telling you that I was like thinking about these shoes or whatever. I'm going to put them up here. They are this version. Okay. I actually was looking at them when I was waiting for my Louis Vuitton Fringe Speedy to come in the mail. And so I was like, those would match the Fringe Speedy perfectly. I wanted to get them, but when I got there, honestly, the pink that they used in that shoe is not my favorite color pink. I really don't like magenta very much. And when I just didn't like the way that they looked. Like, I put them on and I was like, they look weird. Like, they're super cute off the foot, but on my foot, maybe because I'm a size 9, like maybe if you have a size like 5 or 6 or 7, like you can get away with it. But I feel like after that, maybe they look a little boat-like. And so I'm not really sure, okay, because they're a long, slim shoe. So anyway, I was on and off with the other shoes. I tried them on, and then I was like, I didn't like them, and then I was like, maybe I do like them, and then I went back to maybe look at them again, and then they were gone. They were completely sold out, right? However, I went in. I always go into Kurt Geiger, like every time I'm in the mall and I kind of have a little time to kill or whatever, I'll go in there. And they they know me. They're like they talk to me, but I feel like they know that most times I don't buy anything. I bought from that store. I bought a beautiful necklace for Mother's Day. My mother got it for me. And it's beautiful, but that's the only thing that I've actually bought in the store. I always want to get a bag. I always like their charms and their shoes and whatever, and I just never, for whatever reason, pull the trigger. But this time I saw these while I was walking past, and I was like, and then I left, and then I sent a picture to my friend, and she was like, oh my God, those are amazing. And so I was like, I have to try them on. So I went back and tried them on, and then I took them home because I was like, I don't know how to style them, and I need to try them on with things before I say no or yes, right? So these are the shoes. I'm going to show you a close-up. So they're very much like the ones from last, I don't know, I guess it was spring. The pink is lighter, which I like way better. Like I said, I don't really like magenta. This is more of a true pink, I guess. It's this that kind of looks odd on me. It's the way that they did the fringe all the way around. However, under here is now all rhinestones. And on the top, it has the little rhinestones as well, kind of peeking out under there. They're made really well. They're extremely comfortable. And now the back is just like the beads. So they match my bag, but they have the beads, and the beads have crystals on them. So it's just like, they're so ugly, but so beautiful at the same time that I could not leave. I couldn't leave and take the risk that they were going to be sold out again, because I think these are more special than the first ones. But I do appreciate the fact that this is very much not for everybody. On the tongue, it has the Kurt Geiger little, what is it, an eagle, and he's all rhinestoned out as well. And anyway, so here's the question, right? Is that when I walk, they go like that. So if you have heard my story about my Louis Vuitton Speedy, I had it at some point a few years ago. I bought it at a really great deal on, I'm going to put the picture up here, on eBay, no, not eBay, a Facebook group. And I loved it, and I wore it, but it made so much noise that I literally thought that somebody was chasing after me, because it was like this, but worse, because it's a big bag, right? So I ended up selling it because I was like, I'm not really using it, and it's annoying and whatever, and I ended up buying it back because it's such a special bag that I wanted in my collection forever, and I actually use it a ton now. Because that doesn't really bother me anymore. But these shoes do that as well. So you feel it when you walk. They go like that. As you're walking, they hit you. They sound, obviously, like somebody is chasing you. And yeah, so I don't know. I'm so on the fence. I really have to put it together with outfits. I think that they're very special. I think they're very me. This is definitely something that I would gravitate towards. Would I wear them? I don't know. I feel like I gravitate towards crazy things, but I don't always know how to execute. And I feel like this might be something like that. So I'm not really sure how I would wear these. I feel like I don't know. I have to figure it out. They're so sparkly, so rainbow bright, like disco. I don't even know like what to call them, that the rest of the outfit needs to be sort of completely the opposite, I think. So yeah, I have to really think about this. I do have 13 days left because I got them yesterday, and I will decide if I'm going to keep them or return them. But I do really, really love them, and I feel like this is the type of shoe that you will never, ever see again, and you're never going to see anybody else wearing them. So anyway, that is it, guys. That is what I got. That wraps it up. 45 minutes later, I'm going to try to, obviously make this a little bit of a shorter video because I definitely talked a bit, as usual. So anyway, let me know what you think. What's your favorite item? What do you think about the shoes? I guess that is like really, I think, what I need to know from you guys. What do you think about the shoes? And what do you think about the Coach wristlet? How are you feeling about the newspaper collection? I did want to do a video kind of all about the designs that they have, and we'll probably do that later this week. I'll probably go in there and film some of it for you guys as well. So anyway, let me know what you're thinking. Let me know how, did you pick up anything from the newspaper print collection at the outlet? Do you think that this is absolutely ridiculous and it's the most hideous thing you've ever seen, like my daughter said? Or are you on board with this whole, like, maximalist ridiculousness, like unicorn throw up shoe? Like, how do you feel about it? I would love to know. All right, guys. Thank you for coming. If you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? If you've made it this far, like, you might as well just subscribe. If you haven't given me a thumbs up, please do. I appreciate it. It helps. It helps the algorithm. It helps my videos get pushed out. Also, I have no idea. I know that these hype points are like a big thing now. I have literally no idea where you hype videos up at, but if you know and you can figure it out, I would love you to do that as well. And last but not least, I'm going to leave another video right over here in case you haven't already seen it but you would like to. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.